Thanksgiving is a mess of a holiday. You go home stressed out, old grudges bubble up, there's always some tension in the kitchen because someone brought the wrong pie or somebody brought up politics or actually it's just those two. And yet, it always brings out the best in people, even after bringing out the worst. That's the wild thing about Thanksgiving. It drags up the baggage, the demons, the generational drama, and somehow through all that mess, there's still connection. Maybe it's because we expect it all to go sideways, and when it does, we don't walk away. We just pass the potatoes and try again. So the best Thanksgiving movies, they don't just show the picture-perfect dinner, they capture the chaos, the comedy, the quiet, awkward grace of showing up when it's easier not to. So here are my 5 favorite Thanksgiving films. Not the most traditional or the most obvious, but the ones that get it for me. The Royal Tenenbaums. Not explicitly a Thanksgiving film, but the vibes are unmistakable. An autumn film about a family coming back together for the first time in years. Gene Hackman plays a washed-up patriarch who fakes his terminal illness to bring his long-lost gifted children, now miserable adults, back home under one roof to earn back their love. Or is it to keep Danny Glover from marrying his estranged wife? Either way, he's finally decided he wants to be a father. Whatever his reasons, he's decided to turn it all around in the last inning of his life. And what could be more Thanksgiving than that? The most Thanksgiving moment is at the end of the movie when Chaz tells Royal, "I've had a rough year, Dad," and then they hug. That kills me. It always will. R.I.P. Big Dog. We miss you, Gene. God, we miss Gene. Gene Hackman was awesome. I love that guy. Unforgiven. Get Shorty. Knives Out. Again, not explicitly a Thanksgiving film, but the vibes, they're there. It's so deeply Thanksgiving, it's almost funny. A sprawling family of eccentrics gathers for a birthday in their grandfather's creaky New England mansion. I love families of eccentrics, by the way. The next morning, he's dead. Daniel Craig shows up with this crazy accent, which I actually thought was a plot point until it turns out it wasn't. And suddenly, every single relative is a suspect, and awful. This movie is great for a lot of reasons. It brought the mystery back into the mainstream. It looks great. It's super funny. But on a holiday that's about people quietly dreading returning to a house full of unresolved dynamics, Knives Out is cathartic. It says, yes, everyone has their motives, everyone is petty, everyone thinks they're the protagonist. It's the first movie that treats Thanksgiving like a crime scene that you basically get away from. And that's basically what Thanksgiving's all about, right? The most Thanksgiving moment is when Daniel Craig calls that one kid a masturbating Nazi. Look, politics, I know, they can be a lot, and they really come up in Thanksgiving a lot, but that kid is a masturbating Nazi, so I think it's fine to just, like, call it out for what it is, you know? We can still all agree on that, right? I hope. Fun fact, I have a desperate need for approval and validation, and it cannot be fulfilled unless you like and subscribe this video, and all videos that we make and put out there for you. Addams Family Values. Wednesday and Pugsley are sent to a painfully upbeat summer camp where they're forced to perform a Thanksgiving pageant. That is until Wednesday stages a hostile takeover of the play and just burns the whole thing down. This is the only summer movie in history that I think also really works as a Thanksgiving film. It's so funny. Joan Cusack marries Uncle Fester for his money, you get baby Pubert. It's basically like a whole season of a hilarious sitcom in one tight movie, but it's Chippewa Falls that put it at number 3. Most Thanksgiving moment. When Wednesday flips the script on the Thanksgiving play and gets into a little alternate history about what the Native Americans maybe should have done to the Pilgrims. It's like a PG version of Inglourious Basterds that's also somehow more violent. I don't know how they did it, but trust me, it's a lot. Come on, it's a Charlie Brown Christmas. You know this. I love Charlie Brown movies, but it's always just so weird to talk about the plot of them because it's really just like more about the vibes. You've got Peppermint Patty inviting herself over, Snoopy making popcorn, Linus giving a surprisingly accurate history lesson, while Charlie Brown just wants to not screw up the whole thing. This is the most honest depiction of what Thanksgiving might actually feel like as a kid. You're confused, someone brought the wrong food, everyone's sitting in mismatched lawn chairs. Charlie Brown is so real for kids, but I think he's more real for adults. Like, I watch this film and I'm like, oh yeah, I did that. I did that. And I didn't realize it at the time, but I did. It's low-key, weird, charming, and genuinely heartfelt in that bittersweet Peanuts way. The most Thanksgiving moment is when Snoopy fights off a lawn chair like it insulted his mother, and then afterwards he's like solemnly carving toast with a butter knife, like he's hosting a royal banquet or something. Where's that emotion? I want that. Where's that in animation today? Number 1, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Come on, you knew it had to be this. Steve Martin plays a tightly wound ad exec just trying to get home for Thanksgiving, and he ends up stuck in a never-ending transit nightmare with John Candy's relentlessly cheerful but kind of emotionally messy salesman. Planes get canceled, cars catch on fire, trains stall, and everything that can go wrong does, except for the part where these two broken people end up saving each other's holidays. This isn't just the best Thanksgiving movie, it's also the most Thanksgiving movie. It's about plans falling apart and strangers becoming family and the slow, painful process of choosing empathy over irritation, which is very hard for me. We all remember Those Aren't Pillows. But the real gut punch is Candy's quiet honesty when he's like, I like me. That moment comes very early in the film, and it sets the tone. This isn't just a comedy, it's a nice little sermon on grace and patience, which I think we all need from time to time. The most Thanksgiving moment, that's when Neil finally makes it home, turns around, and goes back for Dell, the man who has no home to go to. That's what Thanksgiving is all about. Maybe that's what everything is all about. I'm not crying, you're crying. I'm not crying. I'm actually not crying, but like you get what I'm saying, right? It's a turn of phrase. All right, I'm almost done. Thanksgiving movies don't have to be about pilgrims or pumpkin pie. The best ones are about togetherness, not the glossy magazine cover kind, but the real thing, fragile, awkward, chaotic, and surprisingly hard won. Whether it's a mansion full of suspects, a summer camp on fire, a pop-up dinner with toast and jelly beans, or a burnt-out train station in the middle of nowhere, they all lead to the same place, back to the table. That's the thing about Thanksgiving. It brings out the worst in people, sure, but somehow it also brings out the best. It's the one holiday where showing up, even clumsily, actually still counts. So if the meal is weird and the people are complicated, if the cranberry sauce is shaped like the can, let it be. That's Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching, and hey, save me a seat. I actually have no place to go. So just pretend like I'm John Candy and like invite me over. In hindsight, you want to vet the strangers that you meet a little bit more before inviting them into your home. But like I think that was the right. They'd been through enough. That one was good. Just general rule of thumb.